I will show you CSS Flexbox. We shall create a new need to create a new file, a new site. We shall call this CSS Flexbox. Open with code. We shall create our index.html file. Okay, sorry, it's a typo. Index.html and the style.css. We shall create our structure, and we link we shall link our CSS style sheet. Okay, so how does CSS Flexbox work? CSS Flex arranges items either horizontally or vertically or horizontally. So this is what we have. We shall have a div. Let's say I'll give this div a class of mother, and inside this div we shall have other divs that we are going to call children. When I said .children, it means I'm creating a div with a class called children. So I will make these about 5. Okay, and then I'll first go live and see what we have. This is what we have so far. So I'll go back and I will go and style this. I will target the mother first. I will say this is a mother, and I will give it a width of full, that is a width of 100 view width, that is width full. I will not give it a height because the children will give the mother a height. Then I will target a child. Is it called a child? Did we give it a child? It's called children. Okay, these are children, and we shall give them a width of about 100 pixels. Can we give them some background color to see? We can give them aqua. Let's see. The children width 100 pixels. Let's give them some height as well of about 100 as well. Let's see this. Width 100 pixels and height 100 pixels. Okay, this is it. Let's give them some margin, a margin top of about 10 pixels. What do we have? Okay, this is what we have. So by default we have these. I'll make them a little bit bigger, about 500 pixels, and a height of about 400 pixels. What do we have? Okay, this is what we have. I can make it, let's give it 300 by 300, and this is what we have. We have 4 boxes, and this is the arrangement they are in. So what we are going to do is first call a universal selector. We are going to select a body. We shall give it some background color. of let's say slate gray, and we shall give it some padding of about 12 to 20 pixels. Let's see what we have. Okay, this is what we have. So we shall give our the mother will be, let's give the mother some background color. We see we can give cadet blue. What do we have? Okay, this is it. This is the mother. We shall give the mother some padding. We can give some padding of about 10 pixels. What do we have? Is it enough? About 20 pixels. Let's give it 25 pixels, and this is what we have. We are going to apply flex and we normally apply flex onto the mother. We come to the mother and we say display flex. The moment we say display flex, it will automatically align them horizontally, and this is what we have. After that, displaying flex, we can now give in stuff like gap, whereby we can give gap of about 5 pixels. So that's the gap between between these, and we have this Y. So to remove this, you're seeing we can go to the body, or we just select HTML and we say overflow X, overflow X, sorry, it is overflow X, scroll overflow X. Okay, overflow X, we can say hidden. I think, okay, it's off. I think it's off. And then the mother seems to overlap. Did we give this mother, it's the one carrying cadet blue, we can give it a width of 100%. Give it a width of 100%. Okay, let's give it a width of about 800 pixels. And oh, that's too small. Can we set 1080? I give it a width of about 1080. 1080 seems to also be this. Let's see this, 1100 pixels. Okay, 1500 pixels. How is that? Okay, that's okay. Let's move with that. So we have this, and they are 4 in number. So what happens when we add a fifth child? I will say this, and I push this. I've added 2 and they're now 6, so it will overlap to the extreme, just like you see this. So what to prevent that, and keep in mind that also our width and height, our width is changing every time we add a new child. What happens is we apply what we call flex wrap, and flex wrap, we say wrap will push these other ones down, so it will push to the end, maintaining the width. And if it happens that the next child does not fit, it will push it down, and this is what we shall have. Something like this. This is okay. We shall have something like this, whereby these have maintained their shapes. alternatively, not alternatively, but then we can now, suppose we have about 2. Let me comment out this. That is, I will come and I'm left with about 2, and I need this in the center. So in the flex on the mother, we say, after the flex we say justify. We can justify content. We can justify content to the center, and we shall have this in the center. We can say now items, align items to the center. We're left with this, and then I think we still have issues with the overflow. Let me see this. Let me first deactivate this, and we have this. Okay, because this is not centered. Let me see. Okay, I've reset to 100. Can I say, can I have this? Let me take it back. Overflow X should be overflow X scroll. Let me add this onto the body. Overflow X hidden. Okay, still it hides. We shall get a solution to that. However, this is how our flex is working. We have everything centered, and this is basically how we use flex. Suppose you have a lot, you can as well do this, and they will push in the middle. You need to really, it really looks weird. Let's first put it off. We adjust it like this. So this is it. This is our flex. This is how flex is working. So what happens if in a card I do have maybe some content? I have an image. I have an image. Oh god, I did I import some images here as well? No, I will look for some images. I will get these. I will come here and just paste it here. Okay, I will include this image. Sorry, I have this image here. So after the image, I can have an h2. Maybe this is coding, and then I do have an image, and I will create another div into this. I'll give it a class of maybe right. Then we shall have to add this coding right, and a paragraph. I give it some words, about 20 low MP. So this is what I have. I've got an image and another div. I will put this image in a div. I call it photo. Sorry, I'll call it photo, and I'll put this image. So I have two divs in another div, and I will give this div as child 1. So we shall have something like this. What happens is I'll come and carry on these styles for children onto child 1. I'll just rename this to child 1, and I think I will have the same. So what I will do is I will maintain the width, and the height will be about, let me kill the height and see. So this is what I have. Like, looks bad, but don't mind. I will target the image, and I will give it a width of about 50 pixels, and this is too small. Okay, I will leave this height and give this about 200 pixels. Isn't not too big? Okay, that's okay. So this is it. We have our card with one image up and the other content down. So when I come onto child 1 and I display flex, you find that I have two divs, and the flex is being applied on two divs. And so by default, flex is always in the horizontal direction. So I have what we call flex direction, and I want it to be normal as it was always. So I want it in a row form. So I'll say flex direction row, flex direction column, and it will change back to the default. I need all this content in the center. I will say justify content center, and everything will come in the center. Okay, I will say items. I need all items, align items in the center, and these will come in the center. And then what is left is the text. I have what we call text align and in the center as well, and this will come in the middle. I'll give it some padding. I will say padding on either sides, all sides. Let me give it a padding of about 4 pixels, and I do have that looking good. So you can apply this to all your cards, and you find that you have your card working with flex. Flex is very strong. It's used almost everywhere, and you need to master this for purposes of getting it done well. So we shall create something like a card in the next video, show using flex and other stylings we've learned. So feel free to comment, hit the bell button, subscribe, and we proceed. So in the next video I will show you CSS grid. It's similar to flex.